Hello to my psychic zodiac tribe. Thank you for joining me. I hope the new year has started safe and well for you all. Happy New Year 2020. Wow. Hello Taurus, and welcome to your January zodiac wheel reading. So January for Taurians, let's see what messages there are for you. Wow, well, okay, hang on. We're all a little bit eager here for you, Taurus. Lots of things to tell you by the looks of this. Lots of helpful messages. I do invite Great Spirit, angels and my guides to join me with this reading for Taurus, and thank you for any messages that come through in this reading for Taurus' highest good and the good of all concerned. What messages do you have for Taurus for January 2020? Wonderful. Here we have the Death card in your first house. So that's also the ascendant area of the wheel. So that's your soul's deepest intention and the window from which you view the world. Okay? So it's also about your appearance, your aura, your physical characteristics, and your mode of expression, Taurus. So this is a card that carries the message of change. So you may be looking to change your appearance. There also could be situation where maybe you've gained weight and you want to lose some weight, so you're going to be working on again your appearance. So that's good for some of you that are, your New Year's resolution may have been your new diet, because these energies that are around now with the Capricorn influence being so powerful, with those big major planets affecting the Capricorn in such a profound way, can really kickstart some of these new health regimes or the changes that you feel will more naturally present who you actually are. So it could be giving up a habit or an addiction of some sort as well with the Death card. So it's the end of the old and the beginning of the new. So if for those of you that have watched the beginning of this video with the charts that I was talking about, will be able to grasp how, in our personal life, this is a pivotal time, and it depends on which way we want to swing. The Capricorn energy can also be extreme, like it will go to the extreme of being joyful and happy to morbidity, and being not you know, very flat. So, you know, maybe there's a beginning and an end to that kind of thing. It's not that the Capricorn energy is boring, but it can be a bit methodical. So there is a fresh situation opening up here for you, Taurus. And you've got the strength to do it with that strength card here. This is your values area, your resources, your finances, your self-worth. And it's also your support system, so it's letting you know that you do have support. You don't necessarily need a team of agents behind you to feel the support being shown for you. And if indeed there is people in your life that you need to support, this is also showing you that that's your values and that's where you're coming from, and you are in a position to be able to help and give support. Ace of Wands is wonderful there in your third house, Taurus. New ideas being presented and communicated, and I even feel that this could be a situation where there's a bit of brainstorming going on also. And it is influencing areas of close relations, communications, short distance, transportation. You know, how do you get around, maybe re-evaluating how you're going to do that, and it's mental activity. So a lot of thought is going into these new ideas, or this new branch that is opening up for you. So there's a saying, go out on a limb, that's where the fruit is. Thank you, guides, for that. Now, here in your fourth house of home, family, your roots, foundation, early environment, how one sees themselves is being influenced by the Wheel of Fortune. So that also is letting me know that that turning point is here through January. So there is something about the old way of life or the old lifestyle that you are leaving behind. Okay? So for you Taurians, you have got the full moon lunar eclipse in your third house, and that is in opposition to your ninth house up here, which is where the stellium and all the Capricorn energy is being focused. So for the third house, you have a strong need to communicate and learn and gain knowledge. Trust your intuition too with that Ace of Swords there. Because you could be feeling like that you do understand or know other people's feelings. So trust your gut instincts. With the moon in Cancer, don't be surprised if you're content to spend time at home. If that's at home with mum, then there's going to be a nice strong bond there with that. But there is that feeling that you need to, you're wanting nurturing, but you're also capable of giving it. With the fourth house energy playing out, being about your foundations, it's showing me here that that with that wheel turning, you're going to be able to make your foundations quite strong and stable for yourself. Here in your area of entertainment and fun, you have the Three of Swords. So there could be a situation where people are trying to put a bit of damper on your fun, Taurus. So if that's the case, I do feel that you're going to have more fun at home. Okay? So if you're feeling that, if you know, trust that intuitive side of yourself, Taurians, because if you're out and about with friends or others, because this is the entertainment area, and you get that feeling that, you know, this is really not working for me, then retreat home and have some fun there. Okay? Because the Three of Swords is a bit of an emotional upset. Okay? So there could be those of you that are trying to overcome something that has upset you quite significantly, and it could involve 3 people, the time of 3, so over the next three weeks, or 3 different situations. There might be 3 things that you have to deal with, and for some of you it could be 3 children that you're dealing with, and they're you know, they're a part of you feeling anxious and like, you know, no matter what you do, you sort of get told that it's not good enough, sort of thing. So that also it can be a situation that you may have to deal with children. So I will ask for divine direction in that area for Taurus here through January. All right, and we have 2 cards for you, Taurus. Firstly, we have family is everything. Reconnect with them or tell them you love them. All right, so that's quite a good sign there. So if there has been any pain or suffering caused to any sort of squabbling or sibling rivalry or dealing with your children, this is letting you know that family is everything and you can reconnect with them and tell them that you love them. And this will bring balance, time to find balance in your life. What is most important to you? Okay, so that's a really good sign there for you, Taurus, that will heal. Now, 8 of Swords here in your working life, your well-being, mind and body. 8 of Swords is feeling a bit under the weather, needing to be nurtured again, like that nurturing energy is there. So either you're looking after people that are not well, or you're not feeling 100% and you're getting the proper treatment there. So that's good to see. This is also about your food and hygiene area of the wheel, your working conditions, karmic debt. So it could be to do with co-workers as well. But there's worry and concern there. And this is fallen out, so I'll just pick it up. Thank you. So I'll ask for divine direction there with your mind, body and well-being and work colleagues and your working life. What message of divine direction is there for Taurus for January? Thank you. Signs. Your past loved ones are never far from you. Notice the signs they send you. That that's lovely. Now, I did explain while I was doing that little talk on the eclipse chart and the stellium chart here through January, that we are being influenced at the moment from our ancestors, our past lives, and even our ancestors. So I feel that that is very poignant there, that you keep your eye out for signs of and messages from loved ones that have passed over. Because with that south node it is in the 9th house in Capricorn, but that is like a quest to understand interactions between people. So there's a need there for you to leave behind varied belief systems of past life and find a viable form of communication to move forward with in this lifetime and from here on. So there's a whole new way of you communicating or learning about how you can communicate. So if that's something you've been working on, it's even going to improve and get better, and you're going to get better at it. Now here in the 7th house is the Hierophant. Now that's one of institutions, the Hierophant. It's the Pope. It's churches, it's belief systems, it's that kind of thing. It's a marriage card as well, so this could be about people's relationship, but it's also about institutions that you may, have business connections with. So the Hierophant is a wonderful sign that the God force is present in your life at the moment, and there's the opportunity around here in January that if things do get tough, whether they're with your family or children or your work colleagues or work situation or health, hand it over to God. Let God and let go. You carrying it and trying to sort it out in your own head, for example, isn't helping your mental health, so to speak. You've got to be kind to yourself through these stern, controlled energies that are around at the moment, which will lift and be moving on. They're not forever. We're nearly at the end of it now. A lot of the planets will be moving into Aquarius through the next month or so. So like Mercury will be moving into Aquarius on the 17th of January. Wonderful news. That will, because the Aquarian energy gives us a sense of freedom, and whereas the Capricorn energy can give us a sense of oppression or make us feel like we're being restricted or held back, and we have to follow rules. And the church, which is basically the Hierophant, is probably the first set of rules that man had to deal with. It's a little bit more easier now and not so strict. So that's why now the Hierophant for me actually is one of healing and let God, God can fix things when you can't, but if you don't let go of it, you won't be able to see the healing. There's a lot of healing going on for people here through January and indeed through 2020 because of these energies that bringing forward the pain and the suffering in many ways for many people and many countries, but through it together and forging ahead for the greater good. Okay, so now you have here in the area of other people's money, you have the Knight of Cups, which is quite a romantic sign there in the 8th house with that Knight of Cups. So if there has been a relationship that has ended here with that 3 of Swords, again, let go and let God. Don't try and force it, because I do feel that you're being encouraged to let go of a relationship that had maybe gone as far as it could, so that you can be available for something that is more attuned to your highest good. Those relationships that are stable and not suffering too much baggage, emotional turmoil, the Hierophant there is showing that it will sustain. It will be sustainable, and the romance will return, even if it's a bit, you know, ho-hum or humbug at the moment, because Capricorn energy isn't the most romantic energy on the planet, but it's certainly stoic energy. So, you know, those that are comfortable in their relationships, their marriages, will stay secure, possibly even some people renewing their vows, but it's also letting you know that what's coming ahead is going to lighten things up a bit and give the relationship a little bit of sparkle, which should be very nice. Okay, so here in the area of long distance travel, overseas connections, and expansion of yourself through spiritual, mental and or physical exploration. It's the area of philosophy. So this number 2, well, number 2 is quite significant this year, being 2020. That's 2, master number as well. But this isn't necessarily saying that you're out of balance. This is I'm hearing that you're getting your balance, you're getting your mojo back, Taurus. And just remember that you always take 2 steps forward and 1 step back in life, but you still keep moving forward. So even if you've taken your 2 steps forward and there's a little setback, you still move forward. You haven't gone 2 steps back. You've gone 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Alright? So you're taking steps in the right direction there with that 2 of Pentacles showing up in that area where you're trying to expand. You're trying to use your abstract mind too, and your dreams and your visions. And I just feel that there's 2 things that are involved with that. 2 projects maybe, or 2 different ways of progressing along that path. Alright? Now, 10th house, the zenith of the wheel, the devil. That is a Capricorn card. That is also a card of Saturn, which is interesting because Saturn is actually in the 9th house. There may be some of you whose chart, because I've got a sort of 0 degrees Taurus chart that I look at when I'm looking at where the planets are for you all. So there may be some of you that are later in the down in the Taurus month where you're born, and that could bring Saturn over here into your 10th house. But for you, Taurus, with Saturn, you've got the stellium and everything here in your 9th house. All right. So as I said before, so the lunar eclipse is happening here in your 3rd house to your 9th house. All right. So that's interesting that the devil card is here in the 10th house, because in some way this Capricorn influence, that it's influencing the area, overseas travel, long distance communications, expansion, spiritual philosophy, travel, different cultures, and your visions and dreams, is affecting your career. It's having a profound effect on your career. So I do feel with some of you Taurians, maybe you're seeking to be doing that in your career, or you know, being given the opportunity, or having it presented to you, but it's going to bring restrictions. And the devil is about being not necessarily stuck, but bounded to the material reality. Okay? And here we have again the message of the past. So don't forget that loved ones that are never far away, ones that have passed over. So you may still be in a situation where, you know, maybe one of your grandparents or something like that, it could come through in a dream. You see them, or maybe you can hear them. Or it can be something as simple as you find something that belonged to them that makes you think of them. That's their way of letting you know that they're around and they're helping and protecting at the moment. Alright? So it's a loving energy as the 6 of Cups, and it is also about friends from the past, because it is here in that 11th house area. Alright? Now, the other thing that is happening too on the 13th of January is Venus is moving into your 10th house. It is moving into Pisces. Well, it's possibly already in your 10th house, but it's moving into Pisces, and then from the 17th onwards it'll move into your 11th. So there will be something there from your past that has that Piscean quality, and that Venus energy too, the goddess of love. Okay, so there could be something that you've loved before from your past. That it could be a place that you haven't been to in a long time, or it could be people that are coming back into your life. Now, Mars also changes sign at the beginning of January, leaving Scorpio and some of its yucky, heavy, intense energy, and moving in to Sagittarius, the go-getter. And Neptune will be going direct on the 11th, and that will be in Pisces. So that also will be the 11th that is being affected by Neptune, so friendship groups. And that Piscean energy, so it could involve alcohol and that really deep emotional level. So some of you again who are single could actually find a love interest around that time that comes through social groups or social networking. or indeed comes back from the past. Those in relationships, as I said, those that are in a stable relationship may not have the most excitement, but they're stable and solid. Those relationships that aren't, and you will have known that by whether or not there's a lot of conflict and heartache around your relationship or involved with your relationship, those relationships will disintegrate or dissolve, to free you up to be more truly in line with your highest good. And here in the area of that which is hidden and behind the scenes, you have the Fool. So there's that sense of wanting an adventure. So it's sort of, I'm getting the feeling that my guides are showing me that you're actually biting at the bit to have some adventure. This Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles here, the 9th house being packed chock-a-block full of all these planets, Jupiter, Mercury, Sun, Saturn, Pluto, the South Node. It wants you to have that adventure. And I do feel that you will be putting plans into place, because this is the brave new world being shown here, and you're ready to, you know, help roll it out. And you will understand interactions between people better, and be able to communicate. And the Fool is also one of remembering to be cautious. Don't go rushing out trying to set things in motion too quickly. You've got to use caution and think things through carefully. Use your wisdom. Try to not dominate or control others, but to control your own thoughts and your own reactions and actions. It's controlling the self that is the issue here, not controlling others necessarily. So now I will ask for your animal message from the animal cards. What message do we have for Taurus for January 2020? What medicine is there for Taurus for January 2020? Oh, okay. Well, that's too many, so I'll just take the top one for you, Taurus. And we have Sparrow. Insubstantial. So that is a message here for you to create something more solid and long lasting. Rather than darting about like a pipsqueak sparrow, look to the long term, following through with stamina instead of leaving things unfinished. A sparrow appetite, pecking away at a few seeds will not sustain you. Okay, so that's a message and medicine of sustainability. Follow through with stamina instead of leaving things unfinished. So the animal medicine wants you to finish up any unfinished projects and to eat a healthier. Sparrow appetite, picking away at a few seeds. So there's a need to reassess what you're eating, or what you're putting in, what fuel you're using to fuel your body. So thank you so much, Taurus, for joining me for January's reading. I'm sending love and light out to all of you to stay safe, be kind to others and to yourself. I know you all are. And light and many blessings to you all. Namaste. So do check them out and click on them, and they will take you to the different charities that are taking care of this crisis down here at the moment. Again, thank you for your blessings and well wishes. Talk to you again soon.